Hello, hello. We are Susu and that guy.
Yes. And
what is that song I sing when we start? Start recording. Start recording.
I fell into that
It's time for us to start
recording.
Okay, we already started recording and introduced ourselves, but okay, so here's the thing. We just did a video that is Nightwish, what's it called, honey, in Genelec Studios?
Yeah, their studio is using Genelec speakers.
Okay, and it was Marco and Tuomas.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, and it gave us a glimpse into Tuomas's gear and his personality a little bit.
Right.
And then we were going to go into the next video, which is just 2 minutes, and it's a Korg All Access tour. So we messed up. So what are we going to do?
Yeah, we're going to do the video anyway.
You think?
Well, part 1 and 2.
I don't know. I mean, I need to sleep on it. I'm really upset.
It's about your nap time anyway. Right?
I haven't had a nap yesterday or today, so I feel like I'm getting a little bit better.
You're going to turn my clothes.
I might be. I have a problem with sleeping too much. Well, it's a depressive, thing. So
Go ahead.
No, so I feel like I'm getting better. I have this in the winter. I'm sure a lot of you guys do, and if it's just a hard time. You just want to sleep a lot,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do everything I can. Take my vitamin D, sit under my light that the doctor gave me.
It's nice and sunny outside finally.
Sunny, get outside, yeah. So we're getting through it. It's going to be over soon, I hope.
So.
All right, so we're going to do part 2, which is the Korg All Access Tuomas Holopainen.
Holopainen?
No, I know how to say his last name.
Holopainen?
Okay, I'll say it before this is over because it's escaped me.
The thing about this is, this couldn't have been done at the same time because I owned a Kronos for a long time.
It wasn't at the same time.
Much later. I had owned a Kronos when we lived here. Before I got it before we moved here, I think, and then I used it a while here. I wish I hadn't sold it, but I did. So the Korg Kronos is a very, very neat keyboard. So hopefully he'll show features.
One of those things that all musicians say multiple times throughout their lives is I sold it. I wish I hadn't, but I did.
Well, not as much. You're right. No, especially guitars and drums and basses, because they hold their value and increase their value if they're valued instruments like Gibson or Fender or Tama or whatever. They'll hold their value. Keyboards change with the technology revolution, right? So every time there's a big boost in technology, all of a sudden your keyboard's pretty obsolete.
Yeah.
I think it's starting to slow down now. But when I had my first keyboard in 1983, Barbara bought it for me basically. Anyway, it was about this big, really, and it had this many keys and a bunch of knobs. So
it didn't even have the keys of an actual
49
piano.
Keys. Yeah, and they were smaller keys, but they called three-quarter size keys, and it was I think it might have been a Korg, actually. I think it was a Korg, and had big knobs on them.
Well, I'm sure to you that was the best thing you'd ever seen in your life.
It was, and you couldn't, I had this sheet where I'd like turn everything to make a certain sound. It didn't sound anything like a piano at all, or anything like an ordinary, but you lure yourself into believing that at that time.
Well, I mean, it was different technology,
right.
So that, it sounds like it would be exciting.
Yep.
But not as exciting as watching this
video. Let's watch this, shall we?
We shall. Shallow how?
Goodness, brother.
Hello, so this is Tuomas, Nightwish here, a devoted fan of Korg keyboards since I was 16 years old when I joined the first band. And it was not long after that that I formed the band Nightwish and bought my very first keyboard, which is the legendary model N364, which I still actually use, both live and in the studio. Basically because this particular model still has the best chugging string sound of all times, the classic big string sound. And since then, since 1996, I've pretty much gone through all the possible models that Korg has come up with, until I came up with Kronos, which I use both in the studio and live. And just yesterday I came up with this little darling here, and I still haven't had the chance to dive into it, but I will soon enough, and you will definitely see me using this on the next Nightwish World Tour. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
An innovative blue plant hack is helping thousands of women.
Is that all of it?
I don't know, we have that autoplay turned off and it still keeps going into an ad.
Yeah.
So I know that that was short, but there was something about it. I mean, it was a little bit packed, right?
Yeah, it was very packed because he didn't mention when he uses it on stage. He mentioned the Korg that he got, and the Korg that he has now, the one he was kind of leaning on, is the same one I had. It's actually not a
Kronos.
Yeah, the Kronos, Korg Kronos. It has 76 keys, but they're weighted like a weighted action like a piano.
Okay.
And so it was hard to do some of the things that you would want to do on it, like strings and organ and stuff, because the piano's weighted and you wear your fingers out and blood him up and stuff. So he didn't mention the other things. He's using all Korg, but what else does he use in electric than that?
On stage?
Yes, on stage.
He did say that there was one out of the ones he mentioned. He did say that he used it live, and but that was just one of them, and I don't remember which one.
I don't either.
I feel like it was the last one, the Kronos.
Well, if he's using a Kronos, then we got another one, because he said, I just picked this one up today, and I don't know how to use it yet.
I'm sure he has plenty more since that video. This is not a recent video.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'd still like to know more about his gear.
I would too, especially being the gearhead myself.
Yeah, and I love hearing him talk. That's just something, you know,
I think he's very interesting. The songs he writes are extremely interesting. The shows he puts on, because I would imagine he writes most of that.
Yes.
The show with the thing and with all the flash bangs and the speakers and everything that he's doing. But I did want to know, I love the facade that he uses on the front of his keyboard, so it looks like a pipe from a pipe organ. I love that.
That's old. He hasn't used that in a long time, but I remember when we first started the channel and we were watching Nightwish, and it was an older video, and you saying that you wanted to get one of those.
I just put it in here. I don't play out anymore, I'm too old. So I just leave it in here like set up over there.
Anybody who comes over is like, okay, that's interesting.
They have to squeeze to fit in because it's huge.
It's like when you have something that just doesn't belong somewhere. What is it? One of these things is like the other. One of these things does not belong.
What was that from?
Or it sounds like something from Sesame Street.
Yeah, I think it was. You're right.
I'm not positive,
Right.
but yeah. Very interesting.
It was good.
Yeah. Want to know more if there's any more out there.
Yeah,
I know that this was
more.
kind of a deep dive that
Yeah.
Kent found for us, but yeah, if anyone knows of anything else, we'll watch it.
Absolutely.
About any of the Nightwish individuals and their gear. It's
other
fun
bands
for us.
too. I mean, like
Yeah.
the Sabaton, other bands that have the whole gamut of instruments.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. comment down below, hit the notification bell, and if you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you come along. Have you been doing that the whole time?
No, I just did it on this one. That's awesome.
So until we see you again, be blessed.
Hey, don't hurt anybody. Don't make fun of anybody or something.